and there's a little bit of wind, but it's cool.
But it's cool. Okay, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Zim Online Radio and thank you for taking time to be with us today. We appreciate that so much. Now, tell me, who is Tshanda?
Tshanda is a producer of Splash, Dalom Kids, Machikos, Peacock, and Slindile. Right.
If you can take me back, if you can just walk to me as when Tshanda first started. I know Tshanda started as a newspaper vendor. How did he move from being a newspaper vendor? What drove you? What motivated you to get into music?
Actually, I was born being a musician because since I was very young, I used to like music. But because of the resources and I didn't have anything, I was still young by then, I had to find something to live on. So that is why I had to go and work as a newspaper vendor. And then from there, I was scouting, trying to find my way until I met another guy called Maingani. And I joined that band, and I was a bass guitarist. And then, from there I just went on and on until 1983, whereby I went to Gallo with my demo. And then, actually, I went to EMI first, and then they refused. I went to other companies, and then they said they are not interested in my music. So I had to go to Gallo. Gallo, they gave me this opportunity, and then they recorded me my first album, which was called Mr. Tony. And that album didn't do well. The second year, we decided to change the style, and that's where I recorded the first album called Peacock.
Right. I understand.
So it was a very big hit.
Okay. There is you started your music career during the apartheid era. I'm not trying to get political here, but how much of a challenge was it to hit the big stage during that time? Because I'm sure obviously the times then and the times now are quite different. What were your biggest challenges?
It was a big problem because for you to progress in that time, it was a very big challenge because you need to know what you're doing and you need to impress the whites. So by giving them heat and the payment, when they pay you, it was not fair. We used to get like 5% on the album. So it was very hard.
It was very hard. Right. Then you went on and picked some names which are today have become very big names. I'm going to start with, I'm just going to pick up Patricia Majalisa. How did you discover the talent in Patricia?
Patricia, she was doing a baking for Splash. So I realized that Patricia, she's got a very good voice and she can sing. So I decided to form another group with Patricia Majalis, and then I recorded her and the first album. It was a hit from the start. Cool Down.
To Cool Down. Yeah, I remember Cool Down, right. Then you also moved, right. I know you were behind Splash, then you moved to Patricia Majalisa, then the Dalom Kids. Were you trying to impress the younger generation? Were you inspiring the younger generation? Or what was the idea behind the project with the Dalom Kids?
The idea it was to give everybody a chance. When I work with people, if I see that they've got talent, I give them a platform. Like Dalom Kids, I've realized that they are very good, and then I gave them the platform. I recorded them the album called Ndilambili. It was a hit as well.
Right. Your music, it seems like there is a lot of stories. It looks like there's so much depth. How do you get your music? Do you write the music yourself, or you get it from some other sources?
No, I write music myself. And then the lyrics, sometimes you find that they write one song on the album, and then the rest I write them.
Okay, so in other words, the other artists, they may write a few songs, but most of it you write them.
Yeah, I write them, yes.
Okay, you have been a household name among Zimbabweans ever since, I must admit myself, ever since I was a small boy, I was a fan of Tshanda. what has appealed you to the Zimbabwean community? Because I've been in South Africa myself, I've been in Botswana, but I've seen you have quite a healthy followers of Zimbabweans. Do you follow the Zimbabwean lives in depth?
Yeah, the Zimbabweans actually, Zimbabwe is my home too, because I'm a vendor by birth. So my grandfather came from Zimbabwe. As you know, that in Beitbridge, from Beitbridge to go up there, it's vendors. So when they ran away, the time of the war, there was a war in Zimbabwe. So they went to Venda. And that's where I was born. So I've got this element of Zimbabwean. Everything that I do, the Zimbabweans has to be there. I've got a touch of Zimbabweans because, as I said, my grandfather is a Zimbabwean.
Okay, right. Yes. I read a little bit from your biography that you now decided to sing a gospel album because you want to thank God for all that is done for you. How do you reflect on that? Yeah,
I did a double album. The last album that I did, it was a double CD, and then the other CD, it was a gospel CD. So I did that.
It was a gospel CD. You were like thanking the Lord for taking you through that.
Exactly.
Right. Your first breakthrough in the market was that song Peacock. But later in your music career, you went on and formed the group Peacock. What's the significance? Are you so much attached to the song, or is because the word peacock has a significance in your life?
The word peacock, because it was my first hit. So I've decided that if someone a good singer, I will give that name to him so that he can push that name. I don't want that name to die. That is why I've got a group called Peacock.
Okay. Now, I'm going to touch a little bit of a different angle now. I know you there was a time when I watched you on SABC, and I saw you shed tears when you were talking about some musical artists who die poor because they've been exploited on the market. It really touched me, and I know you formed the Tshanda Foundation. What is your idea behind the Tshanda Foundation?
My idea is to help these old musicians, the musicians that they can't do for themselves now. Right now, I've already recorded the guy from CJB. His name is Neo Mapalka. So I've recorded a CD. I'm going to release this CD next month, which is, I want to help the old artists. I'm busy now with Messi Pakela. I want to see what I can do because where she is now, she's suffering a lot. So I want to help all the musicians, all the old musicians, including the musicians that are in now. Those who can't make it, I'm willing to help them if I can.
Okay, Dan, I'm going to ask this. You have been in the music industry for a very long time. I've seen so many musicians reach platinum, reach stardom. But when they come to the end of their life, they are miserable and poor. How does that happen?
Sometimes it's because of the companies. Most of the companies, they don't pay the artists well. And then some of the artists, they can't handle their money. When they get money, they think that now I'm rich, I can do this and this. They forget that they have to invest for themselves because you don't know where you are going. You don't know where are you going to end. So you need to be careful. When you've got the money, you must invest your money. You must have a plan.
Now, okay. I'm going to shift again to another angle. Most of rather nearly all the albums, all the work that you have done has either reached gold or platinum. Today's music has become so much mixed and sometimes so much lamentable. You find people that just think that they sing, then they try to sing an album and it doesn't get off. What advice do you have to singers who want or who are in the process of recording?
My advice is that the musicians, if you feel that you are a musician, you have to have your own thing. Don't say because you are a musician you want to cop Tshanda, or you want to cop Chico or whoever, Mendoza, you need to do your own thing. That's where you can do the best, because if you try to cop somebody, you will never do the best, because you don't know that somebody, where did he get his talent. Your talent is specific of what God gave you, so you have to do what God gave you.
Okay, you have been given a breakthrough by some legendary names like Ray Phiri and Stimela. Do you have any words to share with us about Stimela or about Ray Phiri?
Ray Phiri, including Stimela, they've helped me a lot, because they are the one who took me before I record the album Peacock. They were touring around the country with me, and then they went to Botswana with me, Namibia. You know, they taught me how to perform. They taught me how to treat people, how to do your music. They were always telling me, Ray Phiri was always telling me that I must do my own thing, because if I do my own thing, I will progress in life, because people will love to hear what I'm coming with, unlike coming with something that is already there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just in case we may be cut off on time, Dan, I want to analyze a little bit of. I'll pick a few tracks from your latest album, with the double album that you have produced. Obviously, you've said that you wanted to thank God for all that has been in your life. There is a particular song, Ngiyakhala.
Yes.
What's behind Ngiyakhala?
On the latest album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on that one. I was talking about people who just come. You know, there's some promoters who try to promote us. At the end of the day, they don't pay us. They just take the money, and then we end up crying. We don't have money. Some promoters, they leave us. Like there was one promoter who were promoting us in Joburg. He took the money and he didn't give us anything, and then I had to strike to pay other musicians. You know, so it's dedicated to those promoters.
Okay, and also Stop Fighting. Is it within the music industry, or it was just an advice to our community in general?
It's a general song. I was talking about everybody. You know, people, they just fight for nothing. Some people, they fight for money that is not there. So I'm trying to advise people that, you know, you must stop fighting. You know, everything, you have to talk it out.
If people want to buy this album, or people that follow you, surely, Dan, you have had people that have followed you for nearly 2 decades now. What should they expect in this latest album?
The latest album, there's a lot of messages on that one. There is a song called Zim as well. I'm appreciating the Zimbabweans, because they support me a lot. I've done the song about Botswana. I've done the song about Namibians. You know, so I do songs about everybody who support me. So this album, the latest album, there's a lot of message on it. There's a track called The Black Man, because what I'm trying to say on that song, I'm saying, a black man, if you own something, people, they come after you. They want to know how, you know, because they don't believe that a black man can reach the sky, you know. So every time when you own something, or you've got something big, or maybe you married a white woman, they want to know how. So it's very wrong, because if it's a white man, people, they don't ask questions. They already have in mind that, no, it's a white man, he can do this.
I get that. Right. And if people want to buy your music, Dan, where can they buy your music? If people want to legally and legitimately buy your music, where do they go?
They can go to my website, you know, or you just visit Facebook and talk to me through the Facebook, you know, so you can get the album. We are opening a shop on the internet. You know, people, they can buy it through the internet.
Okay, but in the meantime, they can, your website, which is dalomkids.com, is that correct?
Yeah, Dalom Music. It's Dalom Music.
Dalom Music.
DalomMusic.ning.com.
Okay, dalommusic.ning.com, is that correct?
Yeah, Yes.
All right. Okay, I got that. And I've just got a message from one of the listeners, and she is asking that when are you doing the Europe tour?
I'm planning. I need to get a promoter to promote me that side. So I'm still struggling to get somebody who can help us to come that side. But I think surely next year we'll make a plan.
We'll make a plan for next year. So they should expect something to happen next year.
Yes.
Okay. And what should we, apart from obviously the hinted tour, Europe tour next year, what else can we expect? Do you have any recordings any releases that may come beyond this double album that you have produced?
Yeah, there is an album from Neo Mapaka, the guy that I told you that he's an old artist from CJB, and I'm going to record Nancy Pakela. And then the new Machikos will be out soon as well. So yeah, there's a lot of release. The new Peacock is coming out as well, and we'll be having a lot of tours as we are going to Zimbabwe end of this month. From there we'll be going to Botswana. From there we'll be going to Nigeria, and then December we'll be touring in South Africa, and then next year that's where we are going to look at coming in Europe.
And when you do sing, Dan, I remember when the mobile phones, when the cell phones came, you were probably the first person to sing about the cellular phone. And when the AIDS pandemic hit our communities, you were also the first person to sing with the Dalom kids about the effects of HIV. How connected are you with community work, with charity work?
I'm very much committed. I'm doing a lot of charity, and mostly what I do, I see things before they come. A small thing, people they can take it. It's a small thing, but they have to realize that things they do happen in the world. So the AIDS thing, I heard somebody talking about it. I was in Nigeria by then, but people they didn't know about it, and then I came and then I make a song about it.
Right.
So my problem is that no one realized that I does that, except my friends. They're the one who realize and tell me that, yeah, you are great, blah, blah,
Okay. And also another listener have also asked that if they would want some DVDs about of your music, do you have any DVD collections? Yeah,
I've got DVD collections.
You have got DVD collections. Now, I also do have, oh my good Lord, I've got so much feedback here from people listening, and I have one of our dancehall artists, his name is Juicer Dementa, and he's asking that, is it possible that he does a collaboration with you?
It is possible, very possible.
And how can that be done?
At the moment, we can communicate through the emails, and then we can arrange everything. And I would like to do that.
You'd love to do that, right? I'm sure. I mean, and there are so many people who are also saying that the world they didn't know that you are Zimbabwean, and they are saying, "Welcome home, bruh." Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Along the way, also in that SABC interview that I watched you done, you poured your heart so much on some artists that you've worked with that you've passed on. What remembrance do you have on some team members that you have worked with and that have passed away?
Every time when I play the old songs whereby they were involved, I think of them all the time. You see, this thing will stay with me forever because those are the guys that I've started with them when I started Splash. You see, so it will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Okay, if you don't mind, let's single out one person who I know you spoke very extensively with, the Botswana Don B. How has Don B affected you so much?
It did affect me, although he was out of the band for the moment, but it did affect me because he's the artist that I worked with, and he was a very, very, very good artist.
He was a very good artist. Right. And
too much.
I know you own a recording company. I'm going to give you this opportunity now to give people the details, people that may want to do any recordings, to get in touch with you. If you can give them the name of your recording company and how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, the name of the company is Dalom Music Production. So we do the recording, we do the promotion and marketing, distribution, and the publishing. So we can communicate through the phone or through the email. You know, that's how we can communicate and then make arrangements from there.
Right. Lastly, I'm going to get a bit personal, if you don't mind. Do you?
Sure. I don't mind.
If you can tell the world your marital status and your family setup.
Yeah, I'm married with a lady called Sylvia. Now her name is Sylvia Tshanda. I've got 3 kids, 3 boys, very beautiful boys. So I'm very, very, very happily married.
Right. And your boys, are you already also grooming them into music as well?
Yeah, but I'm not going to choose for them. I want them to choose what they want to do when they grow up. But definitely when I record, I call them. They enjoy to come there to see me doing. They also sing on some of the tracks there. Even the little one on the latest album he was singing. He's the one who sing on the track number. It's track number 5 or 6 somewhere there. Called Ruten.
Right. You like calling yourself the unrecognized legend. Have you suffered any discrimination with publicity or with media or in any way? With
media the most. As I said, that no one recognizes me. Yeah, no one recognizes me. I do very good things to the public, to the artists, to everybody, but media, they just can't recognize that. You know, they just sideline me. Sometimes they don't even play my music, you know. So that is why I call myself the unrecognized legend.
Right. Lastly, I want to say here on Zim Online Radio, we appreciate you, we love you, and also on revealing that you are a Zimbabwean. Zim Online Radio is your home. You are welcome any day, anytime, and we will always be talking to you at any given time. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the time with us, and we hope that in the future you remain coming here and having a time with us. And we wish you all the best in all your endeavors done. Do you have any closing remarks, any last words?
I thank you very much. You know, to me, this is a big opportunity that I've got to talk to you on the radio. And then I just want to tell people that I'm there for them. I'm going to produce good music. My music, I don't swear in my music. I make sure that everybody can listen to my music. Even the small kids, even the old people, they can listen to my music. And I love them very, 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 very much.
Thank you so much, Dan. It was a pleasure having you on Zim Online Radio.
It's my pleasure.
And as a pleasure to the listeners, we are going to listen to the song which is Dan's favorite in offering to Zimbabwe. The name of the track is Zim Zim. Till we meet again next time, God bless and good afternoon.